National Linguine Day is coming. So today's recipe, linguine with crispy prosciutto, artichoke hearts, and a fresh tomato basil sauce. So the first step in our dish today, we're going to julienne our prosciutto, more of a matchstick cut, and we're gonna crisp it up in some olive oil, and we're gonna use that oil as our base to start our pasta sauce. So this is gonna go quick, so I wanna not only cut our prosciutto, but I wanna dice our onion so it's ready to go as soon as the prosciutto's ready. Once the prosciutto's crisp, we're gonna take it out of the pan to keep it from burning, and then add it back in at the end of the dish to keep it crispy. Once our oil is hot, we're gonna take our prosciutto, drop it in, and we're just gonna crisp it up like you would bacon. So once our prosciutto is golden, just a little bit past golden, it's ready to come out of the pan. We're gonna put it onto some paper towel to help it drain. And because it's hot from cooking, it'll continue to cook while it's draining and continue to crisp. So I like to leave the small pieces in the oil, and we're gonna saute our onion. So once our onions become translucent, meaning that the edges are starting to become clear and the onion starts to become fragrant, that's when we're gonna drop our pasta. So this is a very quick and simple sauce. So once the tomato goes into the pan, it's only gonna cook as long as our pasta does. So we're gonna drop our pasta right before we drop our sauce into the pan. So we're gonna add the passata right to the pan, right to the hot pan. As you're adding the passata, you definitely wanna give it a stir. Because of the natural settling of the tomato, you're gonna get some thick stuff at the top, thinner on the bottom. So to keep it from burning as you're adding it to your pan, you're gonna definitely wanna give it a stir. I also like to add about a cup of pasta water to the passata. That gives us a chance to cook the tomato without the tomato drying too much and becoming a paste. We're gonna season our sauce with salt. So when adding your salt and pepper, you always want to make sure that you don't add too much salt in the beginning, because we did cook the prosciutto. That's really going to intensify the salt in the prosciutto. And because we use the same oil that we crisp the prosciutto in, we're going to get a lot of that residual sodium, that residual salt in the oil. So now that our sauce is about 3/4 of the way done, again, this is a very quick sauce. We're going to destem our basil leaves, and we're going to do just a very big chop. In this dish, we're gonna take our basil, we're gonna roll it in our hands, and then drop it in. We want the basil to release the oil from the leaves. So now that our pasta is just about done, we're gonna take our artichokes, and we're gonna drop them right into our sauce. And I wanna take some of the water and oil from the jar and add it to our sauce for two reasons. One, to thin it out, and two, to incorporate the flavor of the artichoke heart without overcooking the artichokes. So now that our pasta is almost ready, we're gonna take it right out of the pan, right out of the boiling water, and into our sauce to finish cooking the pasta in the sauce. So if you notice that your sauce is a little bit too thick, just gonna add a touch more pasta water to thin it out. So now that our pasta is almost ready, we're gonna take half of our crispy prosciutto, add it back in, and give it a toss. So now we're ready to plate. I wish you guys could smell this at home. Nice handful of Parmesan, few leaves of ripped basil, our crispy prosciutto, and we're ready to eat.